The person you love couldn't stay quiet, they just spoke about you behind your back. What they said will shock you. My beloved child, something unseen has been moving in the shadows around your name. While you were quiet, while you were trying to understand your own heart, the person you love was speaking, when they thought no one would ever tell you. Words slipped from them not by accident, but because the pressure inside their soul became too heavy. They mentioned you in a moment they never planned, and the silence they tried to protect broke open. What they said was not small. It was not casual. It carried truth, fear, and emotion they have been hiding for a long time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins right here. Listen carefully now, because this part matters more than you realize. When they spoke about you behind your back, it wasn't disrespect, it was exposure. They admitted things they have never dared to say to your face. They revealed how deeply you affect their thoughts, how your absence echoes louder than your presence, and how they pretend to be fine when your name still shakes them. Someone nearby noticed the change in their voice, the pause before they spoke, the way they lowered their tone. That was not coincidence. That was emotion escaping control. Stay till the end, because what was said next shifted everything you thought you knew. Here is the shock you were never meant to hear but were always meant to feel. They confessed confusion, regret, and a truth they can no longer hide: you matter more than they ever admitted. They spoke of missed chances, of words unsent, of moments replayed late at night. This conversation was not harmless, it was a turning point. Energy has already shifted because truth once spoken cannot be taken back. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is already moving toward you. What happens next will not come quietly, and when it arrives, you will finally understand why this revelation had to reach you now. A quiet truth is unfolding right now, and it is closer to you than you think. What happened after those words were spoken is even more intense than the confession itself. The moment your name left their lips, something inside them shifted. They tried to laugh it off, to change the subject, but the energy had already changed in the room. People noticed. The conversation slowed. And in that pause, a realization hit them hard: they can no longer pretend you are insignificant. Stay till the end, because this is not just about what was said, but about what can no longer be hidden. What they revealed next was never meant for the world, yet it surfaced anyway. They admitted that thinking about you has become unavoidable, that even when surrounded by others, their mind drifts back to you. They spoke about how your strength intimidates them, how your silence makes them question their choices, and how losing you was never as easy as they pretended. This wasn't gossip. This was vulnerability slipping out when defenses were down. Someone listening understood immediately: this person is not over you, not even close. Don't skip, because the weight of this realization is already reshaping what comes next. Here is the part that changes everything. After speaking about you, they felt exposed, unsettled, and restless. Truth has a way of demanding action once it is spoken aloud. Since that moment, their behavior has started to shift: hesitation where there was certainty, longing where there was pride. The universe does not reveal things without reason. This was not meant to hurt you, it was meant to prepare you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive through clarity, not chaos. What you sensed before was real, and now the truth has begun to surface, whether they are ready or not. Something is happening behind the scenes that you cannot see yet, but you can feel it. After that conversation, they didn't find peace, they found disturbance. Your name lingered in their thoughts long after the moment passed, replaying again and again. They questioned why speaking about you stirred emotions they believed were buried. This is how truth works. Once it surfaces, it refuses to be ignored. Stay till the end, because this inner conflict is not random, it is the beginning of a shift that directly involves you. What followed was silence, but not the peaceful kind. It was the heavy silence of someone realizing they said too much. They began watching your presence from a distance, checking signs, reading between moments, wondering if you somehow felt the change. They didn't reach out, not because they don't care, but because fear has taken the front seat. Fear of rejection. Fear of exposure. Fear that you now hold the power they once believed they had. Don't skip, because this pause is not the end, it is the build-up. Here is the truth you need to hear right now. When someone speaks about you this deeply, even when you are not there, it means the connection is still alive. They are standing at a crossroads, torn between protecting their ego and honoring their feelings. The pressure is growing, and silence can only hold for so long. Something huge is waiting for you, an action, a message, or a revelation that will make everything clear. This moment was necessary, because what comes next requires honesty, and honesty has already begun to awaken. An invisible line has now been crossed, and nothing feels the same for them anymore. After everything that was said, they became unusually aware of your absence, and of your impact. Even ordinary moments started reminding them of you, because truth has a way of attaching itself to memory. They replay that conversation in their mind, wondering who noticed, who understood, and whether the universe allowed it to happen on purpose. Stay till the end, because this awareness is building toward a decision that cannot be delayed much longer. Here is what makes this moment powerful. When they spoke about you, they unknowingly invited accountability into their life. They admitted feelings they have been denying, and once emotions are spoken aloud, they demand alignment. Since then, they have felt restless, distracted, and unusually reflective. They are questioning past choices, reconsidering distance, and realizing that pretending has cost them more than honesty ever could. Don't skip, because this phase is where intention starts turning into movement. Now listen carefully to this final shift. The universe does not expose emotions without purpose. This was not a coincidence, and it was not meaningless talk. It was preparation, for courage, for communication, for change. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive when the inner conflict reaches its peak. The silence you feel right now is temporary. What follows will bring clarity, and when it does, you will finally understand why they couldn't stay quiet any longer. And why this moment had to unfold exactly the way it did. A subtle tension is growing, and it is impossible for them to ignore now. Since that moment, their thoughts no longer move freely, they keep circling back to you. They try to distract themselves, to stay busy, to act normal, but your presence has become louder in their mind than ever before. What was once pushed aside has now come forward demanding attention. Stay till the end, because this internal pressure is not fading. It is intensifying. Here is what they are slowly realizing. Speaking about you awakened emotions they forgot how to control. They are remembering why you mattered so deeply, why your energy felt different, and why letting go never truly worked. They compare every interaction to you, and nothing quite measures up. This realization is unsettling, because it exposes a truth they tried to bury: the connection was never one-sided. Don't skip, because this awareness is reshaping how they see the past and the future. Now understand this clearly. When feelings resurface this strongly, action is inevitable. Silence can only last so long before it breaks. Something huge is waiting for you, a moment where honesty steps forward and distance begins to dissolve. The universe is aligning circumstances, nudging hearts, and preparing a path for clarity. You are not being forgotten. You are being remembered in the deepest way, and what comes next will carry the weight of everything that was left unsaid. A quiet urgency is taking over their thoughts now, and it grows stronger each day. They are starting to feel the consequences of holding back, of choosing silence over truth. Your absence is no longer comfortable, it feels like a question without an answer. Moments that once felt ordinary now carry a strange heaviness, because your name has become attached to unfinished emotions. Stay till the end, because this discomfort is pushing them closer to a turning point. Here is what they are facing internally. They know the truth now, and pretending no longer works. They are aware that speaking about you changed something permanently. It exposed how deeply you still live in their heart. They replay your memories not with bitterness, but with longing, wondering what might have happened if courage had arrived sooner. Don't skip, because this reflection is slowly dismantling their defenses. This is where energy begins to shift toward action. When the heart grows louder than fear, movement follows. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will come when they finally choose honesty over avoidance. The silence you sense is not distance, it is preparation. A realization has already taken place, and what comes next will not be accidental. The universe is aligning timing, and when the moment arrives, clarity will replace confusion in a way you did not expect. A deep awareness is settling into their heart, and it cannot be undone. They are beginning to see the pattern clearly now. Every attempt to move forward without you has only led them back to the same emotional place. Your energy lingers in their life like an unanswered call, persistent and impossible to ignore. This is no longer nostalgia, it is recognition. Stay till the end, because this realization is reshaping their intentions. What they are understanding now is powerful. Speaking about you unlocked honesty they were avoiding, and with that honesty came responsibility. They know they cannot keep running from what they feel. They sense that time is no longer neutral, it is asking them to choose. Memories surface unexpectedly, not to hurt them, but to remind them of what mattered. Don't skip, because this phase is where hesitation slowly turns into resolve. Here is the shift you need to feel. When awareness becomes this clear, the next step is inevitable. Something huge is waiting for you, an expression, a truth, or a step forward that carries meaning. The universe is pressing gently but firmly, guiding hearts toward alignment. What was once unspoken is preparing to be voiced, and when it happens, it will feel like a release, not a shock. A silent decision is forming within them, even if they have not fully admitted it yet. The weight of everything unsaid is becoming heavier than the fear of speaking. Your presence in their thoughts has shifted from reflection to urgency, from memory to motivation. They are realizing that some connections do not fade with time, they wait. Stay till the end, because this inner shift is closer to action than ever before. What they are feeling now is not confusion, but clarity arriving slowly. They understand that mentioning you was not a mistake, it was truth surfacing at the wrong time but for the right reason. They are questioning what honesty would change, and whether courage might finally bring peace. Every sign, every pause, every reminder feels like confirmation that avoiding you is no longer an option. Don't skip, because this clarity is preparing the ground for movement. Here is what matters most. When a heart reaches this stage, silence becomes unbearable. Something huge is waiting for you, a moment where intention becomes visible. The universe does not rush, but it is precise. What unfolds next will not be loud or dramatic, but it will be real. And when it happens, you will understand that this was never about waiting, it was about timing aligning with truth. A quiet courage is beginning to rise where fear once lived. They are no longer asking themselves if they still feel something, they know the answer now. The question has shifted to whether they are ready to face it. Your name no longer brings hesitation, it brings honesty. This is the stage where inner battles reach their final stretch. Stay till the end, because this courage is fragile but powerful. What is happening inside them is a reckoning. They understand that speaking about you was the first crack in the wall they built around their heart. Since then, holding everything in has felt unnatural. They are becoming aware that silence has cost them more than vulnerability ever could. Memories are no longer just memories, they are reminders of what still matters. Don't skip, because this realization is pushing them closer to a moment of truth. Here is the shift you should feel now. When courage starts to rise, action follows naturally. Something huge is waiting for you, a sign, a reach out, or a revelation that brings clarity. The universe is clearing emotional space, removing hesitation, and aligning intention with timing. What comes next will feel sincere, not forced, and when it arrives, it will confirm what you have sensed all along. A moment of honesty is drawing closer, even if they haven't spoken yet. Inside them, resistance is weakening, replaced by a steady pull toward truth. Your absence has taught them something they couldn't learn while you were present, your value. Every attempt to stay quiet now feels heavier than the risk of speaking. Stay till the end, because this pressure is reaching its peak. They are starting to imagine what it would feel like to finally be real. Not perfect, not protected, just honest. They replay how they talked about you, the words they couldn't take back, and they realize those words were closer to truth than anything they have said in a long time. Fear still whispers, but it no longer controls the outcome. Don't skip, because this inner shift is where intention becomes undeniable. Here is what you need to know now. When someone reaches this point, distance loses its power. Something huge is waiting for you, a moment when clarity replaces guessing. The universe is arranging a space where truth can land safely. When it happens, it won't feel sudden, it will feel overdue. And in that moment, everything that was once hidden will finally make sense. A deep stillness has taken over their heart, the kind that comes before a decisive move. They are no longer restless in confusion, but quiet in awareness. Everything they tried to avoid thinking about has settled into one clear truth: you matter, and that truth isn't going anywhere. Silence now feels like a choice they can no longer justify. Stay till the end, because this calm is not emptiness, it is focus. They are reflecting on the cost of holding back, on the moments when pride spoke louder than honesty. Speaking about you exposed how much they have been pretending, not to others, but to themselves. Now, the idea of doing nothing feels heavier than the possibility of change. Don't skip, because this reflection is stripping away excuses and leaving only intention. This is the space where decisions are born. Something huge is waiting for you, a step that carries meaning rather than impulse. The universe is steady here, not rushed, not delayed. When movement comes, it will come with purpose. And when it does, you will recognize it instantly, because it will align with everything you have felt but could not explain until now. A turning point has quietly arrived, even if the outside world looks the same. Inside them, something has settled into certainty. They are no longer debating their feelings, they are accepting them. Your presence in their heart has become undeniable, and denial has lost its power. This is the moment when truth stops knocking and starts standing still. Stay till the end, because this acceptance changes the direction of everything. They are recognizing that speaking about you was not weakness, it was honesty breaking through resistance. What once felt risky now feels necessary. They see clearly how much energy has been spent pretending, and how little peace that pretense brought. Don't skip, because this clarity is removing the final layer of hesitation. Here is what this means for you. When acceptance replaces avoidance, action becomes natural. Something huge is waiting for you, an opening where truth can finally be shared. The universe is not pushing or pulling, it is allowing alignment to unfold. When the next step comes, it will not feel forced or confusing. It will feel right, and that feeling will tell you everything you need to know. A quiet resolve is forming now, the kind that doesn't need noise to be real. They have stopped running from the truth and started standing with it. Your name no longer stirs conflict inside them, it brings direction. What once felt complicated now feels clear, even if the path ahead is still uncertain. Stay till the end, because this resolve is the foundation of what comes next. They understand now that speaking about you was a release, not a mistake. It showed them how deeply you are woven into their emotional world. The fear of facing you is slowly being replaced by the desire to be honest. Don't skip, because this shift from fear to intention is powerful and rare. This is where momentum begins. Something huge is waiting for you, a movement that feels intentional, not reactive. The universe is steady and precise, allowing courage to mature before expression. When the moment arrives, it will feel calm, sincere, and real. And in that calm, you will sense that this was never about timing being wrong, it was about readiness finally arriving. A sense of readiness is settling into them, slow but undeniable. They are no longer waiting for the perfect moment, they are becoming the moment. Your presence in their thoughts has shifted from hesitation to acceptance, from resistance to openness. What once felt overwhelming now feels necessary. Stay till the end, because this readiness is preparing a meaningful step forward. They are aware now that silence has reached its limit. Speaking about you revealed a truth they can no longer avoid, and that truth is asking to be honored. They are imagining what honesty might bring, not fear, but relief. Don't skip, because this awareness is softening their heart and clearing the path ahead. This is where intention becomes visible. Something huge is waiting for you. A moment shaped by clarity and courage. The universe is aligning hearts gently, without force. When action comes, it will not feel rushed or dramatic, it will feel aligned. And in that alignment, you will recognize that this connection was never lost, only waiting for truth to catch up. A calm determination is now understood within them, steady and unshaken. They are no longer questioning what they feel, they are considering what to do with it. Your absence has taught them the value of presence, and that lesson has settled deeply. This is no longer about uncertainty, it is about responsibility. Stay till the end, because this determination signals movement. They recognize now that talking about you was the beginning of honesty, not the end of it. Every avoided word has started to feel heavier than any possible outcome of truth. They are imagining a future where nothing is left unsaid, and that vision brings peace instead of fear. Don't skip, because this internal shift is rewriting their priorities. Here is where change becomes real. Something huge is waiting for you, a step taken with awareness, not impulse. The universe is calm here, allowing space for courage to act naturally. When this movement reaches you, it will feel grounded and sincere. And in that moment, you will know that silence has finally given way to truth, exactly when it was meant to. A steady confidence is beginning to replace doubt within them. They are no longer preparing excuses, they are preparing honesty. Your impact on their life feels undeniable now, not as a memory, but as a living truth. What once felt risky to face now feels necessary to honor. Stay till the end, because this confidence marks a critical shift. They are reflecting on how speaking about you changed them. It opened a door they had locked for too long, and now closing it again feels impossible. The fear of being seen is slowly giving way to the desire to be real. Don't skip, because this moment is about authenticity choosing to rise. This is where alignment deepens. Something huge is waiting for you, a moment shaped by clarity rather than confusion. The universe is steady, allowing intention to meet courage. When the next step happens, it will feel natural, almost inevitable. And when it reaches you, you will recognize it not by surprise, but by the sense of truth it carries. A clear intention has now taken root, quiet but firm. They are no longer circling the truth, they are standing inside it. Your presence in their heart feels settled, no longer debated or resisted. This is the stage where preparation turns into readiness. Stay till the end, because this intention is powerful. They understand now that speaking about you was the moment honesty claimed space. Since then, every attempt to stay silent has felt misaligned. They are becoming aware that truth does not demand perfection, only sincerity. Don't skip, because this awareness is dissolving the last remnants of fear. This is where the path opens. Something huge is waiting for you, a step forward that feels grounded and real. The universe is calm, patient, and exact. When movement arrives, it will not feel forced or dramatic, it will feel right. And in that rightness, you will know that this moment was built slowly, intentionally, and with purpose. A quiet certainty now lives within them, steady and unmovable. They are no longer waiting for signs, they have become the sign. Your importance in their life feels undeniable, and avoidance no longer offers comfort. This certainty has brought a strange peace, the kind that comes just before truth is expressed. Stay till the end, because this peace is meaningful. They see clearly now how speaking about you shifted everything. It forced them to confront what they were protecting themselves from. What once felt like vulnerability now feels like freedom. Don't skip, because this understanding is what allows courage to move without resistance. This is the moment before expression. Something huge is waiting for you, a truth ready to be shared without fear. The universe is still and aligned, allowing words to find their way naturally. When it happens, it will not feel overwhelming, it will feel honest. And that honesty will carry the weight of everything that has been quietly building until now. A final layer of hesitation is fading away now, gently but completely. They are no longer asking themselves whether they should speak, the question has become how. Your presence in their heart feels settled and real, no longer something to analyze or resist. This is the calm before movement, not delay. Stay till the end, because this moment is charged with intention. They recognize now that silence has served its purpose and nothing more. Speaking about you showed them how powerful truth can be when it is finally acknowledged. What once felt risky now feels necessary. Don't skip, because this awareness is unlocking forward motion. This is where action prepares to arrive. Something huge is waiting for you, a moment shaped by sincerity and courage. The universe is precise, allowing timing to align without force. When the next step reaches you, it will feel natural and unmistakable. And in that clarity, you will know that everything leading here was necessary for this truth to finally be ready. A moment of readiness has fully arrived, quiet yet undeniable. They are no longer rehearsing in their mind, they are feeling prepared in their heart. Your place in their life feels acknowledged, not questioned. This is not hesitation anymore, this is alignment. Stay till the end, because readiness changes everything. They understand now that speaking about you was the doorway, not the destination. It brought them face to face with their own truth and showed them that avoidance only delayed what was inevitable. Don't skip, because this understanding has cleared the final obstruction. This is the threshold of movement. Something huge is waiting for you, a step that carries intention and honesty. The universe is calm, steady, and supportive. When action arrives, it will feel simple and sincere, not dramatic. And in that simplicity, you will recognize that truth has finally found the right moment to step forward. A quiet clarity now surrounds them, complete and unwavering. There is no more inner debate, no more uncertainty, only knowing. Your presence in their heart feels accepted and integrated, not something to resist or escape. This is the still point before truth moves outward. Stay till the end, because this clarity is rare. They see now that everything led here. Speaking about you was not accidental, it was necessary. It revealed what had been true all along and stripped away every excuse for silence. Don't skip, because this realization has given them the confidence to stand in honesty. This is the final preparation. Something huge is waiting for you, a truth ready to be expressed without fear or confusion. The universe is aligned, calm, and exact. When this moment reaches you, it will not feel sudden. It will feel right. And in that rightness, you will understand that this clarity was earned, not rushed. A decisive moment has finally arrived, and nothing is being held back anymore. What began as whispered words behind your back has transformed into undeniable truth standing at the surface. They can no longer pretend, delay, or hide behind silence. Your impact has been fully realized, and with that realization comes courage. This is not impulse. This is clarity choosing expression. Stay till the end, because this is the release point of everything that has been building. They now understand why they couldn't stay quiet. Speaking about you was the first honest act they allowed themselves, and it changed them. Every step after that led here, to this awareness that truth only brings peace when it is shared. Fear has lost its grip. Pride has softened. What remains is sincerity. Don't skip, because this sincerity carries weight, meaning, and intention. Here is the revelation you were being prepared for. Something huge is no longer waiting, it is arriving. A truth shaped by reflection, courage, and readiness is moving toward you. When it reaches you, it will not feel shocking in a chaotic way, it will feel shocking because of how deeply it resonates. And in that moment, you will understand. They spoke about you because they could no longer deny what was real, and now, reality is finally stepping forward. My beloved child, this is the moment after the moment, the space where truth settles into reality. What has arrived now is not noise, not confusion, but understanding. Everything that was spoken, every silence that followed, every internal shift you felt without proof was leading here. They are no longer wrestling with themselves. The truth has landed, and it has changed how they see you, how they see themselves, and how they see what is possible. Stay till the end, because this part is not about anticipation anymore, it is about recognition. They are aware now that once truth is acknowledged, it asks to be honored. What they said behind your back was never meant to stay hidden, it was the universe testing their readiness. And now, readiness has arrived. They understand that you were never just a chapter, they were trying to close a story that was still alive. The weight they carried has begun to lift, replaced by a quiet responsibility to act with honesty. Don't skip, because this awareness is the difference between repeating the past and choosing something new. Here is what completes the cycle. Something huge is not just arriving, it is anchoring. The connection you felt, questioned, and sometimes doubted was real all along. What happens next will come with calm certainty, not chaos. You will feel it in the way words land, in the absence of fear, in the clarity that replaces wondering. This is not an ending, it is alignment. And when you look back, you will realize this unfolding could not have happened any other way, because truth needed time, and now, time has finally given way. My beloved child, this is the closing of the circle and the opening of understanding. What was hidden has completed its journey into light. Nothing remains unresolved now. Not in your heart, not in theirs, not in the unseen spaces that once felt uncertain. The words spoken behind your back were never meant to harm you, they were meant to reveal what could no longer be denied. This entire unfolding was preparation, not punishment. Stay till the end, because this final truth is the one that sets you free. They now stand in acceptance, no longer divided within themselves. What once lived as fear has transformed into respect, and what once felt like silence has become intention. You were not forgotten, replaced, or dismissed, you were recognized late, but deeply. The universe allowed distance so clarity could mature. Don't skip, because this realization carries peace. Nothing about you was overlooked, and nothing was accidental. Here is the truth that closes everything gently and completely. Something huge has already done its work. Not through chaos, but through awakening. You no longer need to wait, question, or chase answers. What was meant to reach you has reached you in awareness, in strength, and in calm certainty. This is not about what they do next, it is about who you have become through this journey. And in this stillness, you step forward whole, knowing that truth always finds its way, and when it does, it brings clarity, dignity, and quiet power.